controversy in the golf world. Moments ago, the top golfer teed off in the second round of the PGA tournament. Scottie Scheffler there after being arrested early this morning. He's actually doing pretty well on the course despite the circumstances that started his day. Police say Scheffler was booked for second-degree assault of a police officer, third-degree criminal mischief, reckless driving, and disregarding traffic signals from an officer who was directing traffic. This is his mugshot from hours ago. It all unfolded when Scheffler allegedly drove past an accident that was under investigation outside of the golf course. Officers asked him to pull his car over. Witnesses say he didn't. Then an officer latched onto the car before finally pulling Scheffler from the vehicle, dragging him out of the driver's side. We're also learning the detective was hospitalized after being dragged by Scheffler's vehicle at the championship. The golfer released a statement this morning. It reads in part, "There was a big misunderstanding of what I thought I was being asked to do. I never intended to disregard any of the instructions. I am hopeful to put this to the side and focus on golf today." Hard to do, but after a couple holes, it seems like he is able to do that. Joining me now, Jim Nugent, founder and publisher of Global Golf Post. I mean, this is a wild one. Certainly was not expecting this headline this morning. Of all the golfers, I mean, Scottie's known to be pretty measured and calm, right?
Scottie Scheffler's a Boy Scout, and if something like this was going to happen, he'd be the absolute last person in the world to be in the middle of it. But an unfortunate situation. I was there on Monday and Tuesday. I know the intersection very well. There's one road in, one road out of the golf club. And what it appears to me happened is, as you referenced, there was an accident very early in the morning, and there was a fatality. And because of the fatality, they brought in the local police who had not been there. They had security, they had hired hands directing traffic, and they had a routine, and things were working well. But because of the fatality, the local police were brought in, and it turned into a chaotic situation with, for Scottie, temporarily an unfortunate situation, but he birdied the first hole, he birdied the third hole. Doesn't seem to be bothering him much.
Right, focusing in on his game, but he's going to hire an attorney. It sounds like he already has. Assaulting a police officer in the second degree. I mean, this is a felony, so it's a serious charge here. Any reaction you're getting from sources close to him and others in the golf world right now as they also try to focus on their game today?
Generally speaking, the reaction is that this is an unfortunate but terrible overreaction by the local police. The chaos that was there was such that I think Scottie in his statement said there was a misunderstanding. Assaulting a police officer, I highly doubt it happened. I think it's a very, very serious overreaction by the local police department and by that officer. I'm sure he was doing his job. I'm sure it was well intended. I suspect this whole thing is going to go away very, very quickly. He has retained an attorney, a local attorney. I think these charges are overblown, and I don't think there's anything that's going to come of this at all after this day.
Yeah, I think body camera footage will give us help answer a lot of questions that we have. Again, the detective has been hospitalized after allegedly being dragged. Talk about Scottie Scheffler as a golfer, as a person. Just won the Masters. His wife just had another baby. Who he is and what he has meant to the golf world.
Well, let's start with who he is. He's an exemplary human being. He's a very religious individual. He's very grounded. He comes from a very solid family. He's a good man, and now he is a very good father as well as husband. As a golfer, it's just really hard to describe what we've seen in the last couple of months. Most people are using the name Tiger Woods associated with what we've seen from Scottie Scheffler. Tiger did it for a very long period of time, and Scottie's just a couple of months into it, but he is clearly the best golfer in the world. But that should not overshadow the fact that he is a very, very good man, and this is a really unfortunate incident for he and his family.
He's going to focus on his game for the next few hours. He's going to move around the course afterwards. How likely is it, given the fact he's saying this is a misunderstanding, he will take the opportunity to immediately address the public and give his side of the story?
He released a statement through the PGA Tour accepting responsibility and calling out a misunderstanding. He was very rushed this morning between, from getting to the police station to the golf course. He did not have a lot of time, and so he did not address the media. I fully expect at the conclusion of his round, he'll come into the media center and speak to the media, answer any questions, and take this head on. That's just the kind of guy that Scottie Scheffler is.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.